Please know that anything I say in this video is just speculation and it's just my thoughts. Nothing of this is actually confirmed by the admins or anything. So, yeah, keep that in mind while watching the video. Alright, hey guys, iDSG here, and with the release of the Alpha Network, we were introduced to an area known as the Dungeon Hub, in which players could easily select which dungeon they can go into. And apart from the Catacombs, which is the dungeon that's about to come out, there are 5 other dungeons that we can see planned for release sometime in the future. Now, there are 2 unreleased dungeons that pique my interest in particular. Like, the dungeon I'm going to dub the Woodlands, that's covered in foliage, that I'll show on screen right now, and the other dungeon that I'm going to dub the Tombs, but I'll be calling it the Desert Dungeon throughout this video, and I'll show it on screen right now too. The other dungeons that are shown are just shut doors, but they do seem to have at least 3 other dungeons that are unreleased. Alright, so we're gonna go into the Woodlands. Now, this dungeon is likely to be focused on shamans, tribal warriors, and animals. True damage is probably going to be the main click of the mobs in this dungeon, with a few exceptions, of course, such as lost mentors. As for the proper location of this dungeon, it's a bit tricky to find on the map, as of the making of this video, of course. But I think I have a rough idea of where it most likely could be. And I'll switch over to in-game me for this one. Alright, so where I think the Woodland dungeon might be is somewhere in this area. So it's gotta be somewhere on this foraging island, I'm going to assume, because I checked the hub island with replay viewer, and I couldn't see anything under the forest area, so it's definitely not in there. But okay, but there's one place that, if all else fails, I think this is gonna be the place. Okay, so if it comes to the jungle area on the foraging island, you'll see this pond that's like half frozen over with like lily pads on it. So you may notice that there's this one ice block in the center of it. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but right under here, there is a sort of slime launch pad thing. Now I'm going to show you guys how you can actually get down there yourself. So, okay, what you gotta do is come over to the side of the island over here. And you can just jump off. My bad. Okay. Just like land on one of these platforms. The one you're aiming for is right here, with a cobblestone like wall, and then you can just aspect through. Simple as that. And all that's in here is just like basically a parkour course, like simple parkour. But if you come all the way to the end, it's over here, you see the launch pad that's right here. Now, I don't know if this is like some just unreleased portion of the park, but you can see that the area on the sidebar is none, so meaning that this is probably supposed to be a separate area apart from the foraging island. Now what I believe is, this is just speculation, of course, but I believe that either you're supposed to come in from that entrance over there that I just did the whole parkour course to get over here. And I think you're supposed to go from the entrance over there, and then come all the way over here. And then there'll be maybe NPCs and stuff, and maybe there's gonna be just like the Catacombs entrance. I'll probably show a picture of it right now. There's probably gonna be a shop, and Malik's gonna be there maybe, and there's obviously going to be some sort of gatekeeper. Now, I don't know if this seems like the most likely place. I don't know where else it could be, It could be somewhere completely different, like where I think the desert dungeon will be, and I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, probably like if you like want to get it back out, they just have this launch pad here, and it just launches you straight out of here. Like maybe that ice block would just like open, and as you like jump up, and then it just launches you out, and you're back on the Forging Island. But yeah, I think this is where it's gonna be. I'll get back to you with my thoughts on what new stuff we can see inside this Woodland dungeon. Alright, thank you to other me that was in game. Anyways, it was confirmed by the admins to bigger YouTubers that there would be new classes introduced in later dungeons. So for the Woodlands, I think there could be up to 2 possible new classes introduced, and they are as follows. So the base stats of the Rogue class go plus 50% speed, plus 30% attack speed, plus 10% melee damage, and minus 20% defense. By the way, all this stuff is just what I made up for the class, and even the name too, all the abilities. Okay, anyways, the passive for Rogue class is called Momentum, and after slaying a mob, you gain 40 speed for 6 seconds, and your next strike deals 20% more damage, and it has no cooldown. And that's its only passive, so it's kind of like the Berserker passive, except that you gain more speed. And for the ultimates, okay, its first ultimate is Dash and Slash. I know it's a pretty bad name, but it's kind of in the name what it does. Okay, so you dash forward X amount of blocks based upon your rogue level, and you deal 1.5 times your last crit damage to every mob you dash through, and the cooldown would be 60 seconds. So like, let's say we have like a line of mobs and your team is like struggling to deal with it, or you just need to get out of there. So what you can do is use your ultimate, this ultimate, and just teleport through like Aspect of the End style, but you, instead of just like teleporting through and dealing and doing nothing to the mobs, you actually deal like actual damage to all the mobs. So I think that's actually a pretty decent ability. Okay, as for its other ultimates, I think it should be Escape Pod. So what it does is it'll launch you backwards, like up in the air and backwards, and you would gain 50 health per second, as well as 30% dodge chance for 10 seconds. And the cooldown for this is 500 seconds. So you can use this in like a tough boss fight or something, and like you like get hit and you see your health bar just drop, and you're like, oh crap. So you could just like hit your drop key and use your escape pod and just get out of there. And if any mob tries to like attack you while you're escaping, like there's a chance that they'll miss their attacks and you can actually survive. And the 50 HP per second thing would heal you 500 HP in total. And as for the ghost abilities, the ghost abilities for this class are agility potion. So what it does is you have a agility potion when you're a ghost. So you just throw this potion and it temporarily grants all teammates 30 speed and 20% dodge chance in a 10 block radius for 10 seconds. They just like splash it on the ground. It's like an area of effect potion. It's like I think it should work like how the lingering potions work in like Minecraft 1.9, where it just like you splash it down and it just lingers there in like a certain radius, and it wears off after the duration ends. And the other ghost ability that I think Rogue should have is Boomerang. So I don't know what kind of like item icon it should be. Maybe it's like a hoe. But what it does is you throw this boomerang and it would ricochet through mobs and deal damage on its way back based on your rogue level. So like you throw the boomerang and like it does initial damage through each of the mobs that you hit, and then on its way back it deals more damage. And it's all based on your rogue level, so it really depends if you have this class high level or not. Overall, this is probably it's a true glass cannon, fast DPS kind of class, and I think it would fit well. Now the other class is the Shaman. The base stats for this class are just minus 10% animal damage for all your teammates. And now this would help you in certain dungeons and certain floors, and especially this dungeon if animals are going to be a huge part of it, like I speculated. Okay, its first passive is Spiritual Affinity. Any ability you use that grants strength and speed to yourself or others is buffed by 20 plus your Shaman level on both stats. So, and the cooldown is 20 seconds. So, let's say you use the weird tuba, and you like want to buff your teammates. So it would just now with this ability, or passive, I should say, it would instead give you 50 strength and 50 speed if your Shaman is level 0. But if your Shaman's like level 10, it will give you 30 plus 30 strength and plus 30 speed. So it would give you 60 strength and 60 speed total. So the second passive is Pack Leader. And what it does is, for every kill your teammates get, it summons a wolf spirit that deals a portion of that the person who summons it, like the last crit damage they dealt to a mob. And you can get up to a maximum of 3 wolves at a time. And the cooldown is 60 seconds and the cooldown only activates after you obtain all 3 wolves. And these wolves will work like how the Desecrated and the Ragnarok mobs work, so they will die over time or despawn over time. I'd say they should despawn like within 20 seconds. But, okay, to explain this more in detail, okay, let's say your berserker or rogue kills a mob, and you have a shaman in your party. A wolf spirit will then spawn on that person who killed the mob, and that wolf spirit will deal a portion of that person's last crit damage. So whatever their last crit damage was, however much, maybe it'll do half of that to a mob for 20 seconds. It's just like another helper mob to help you deal with the mobs inside the dungeon. Now as for the Shaman ultimates, the first one is Blessing Totem. So what it does is, you slam down Totem wherever you're standing, and it lasts 60 seconds. And it also grants anyone who stands inside it that 20% melee damage, 20% bow damage, and plus 20% magic damage. And it's of course for your team and not any of the mobs. Don't worry about that. And its radius is 10 blocks, and its cooldown is 90 seconds. Pretty basic ultimate, but it's I want this class to be more focused on buffing your teammates, buffing your team in general, just in damage and as much as you can. This is I would play this along with the healer. This one is not a replacement for the healer because it just doesn't heal. Okay, anyways, its second ultimate is Totem Aura. So what this ultimate does is, and it can only be used when you actually have the totem placed. So when casted, the totem will unleash an aura in all directions, so in a circle, that deals all damage to all mobs within a 15 block radius of the totem, and its damage is based off of your shaman level, and it would knock the mobs back 10 blocks, and the cooldown is 180 seconds. So my idea with like this class is basically you can just place down a totem inside like a corner or something, and then just camp that corner while you try to clear out the room. And then if mobs get too close or you start getting overwhelmed, you can use the Totem Aura ultimate and knock them back and help your team deal with it better. Now as for the Shaman's ghost abilities, the first one is Spirit Call. And what it does is pacifies all aggressive mobs, all aggressive non-boss mobs in a radius of 10 blocks from your ghost for 10 seconds. And its cooldown's 100 seconds. Oh, by the way, the cooldown for the Totem Aura is 180 seconds, so 3 minutes. Okay, so to explain Spirit Call, wherever your ghost is, like as you're spectating around, and you want to use this ghost ability, like within 10 blocks of where you are, they will, like where you are when you activate the ability, it would pacify all the mobs, and this doesn't mean stun. They will just stop attacking you, and just nonchalantly walk around for like 10 seconds, and do whatever they want, and then until they realize that, oh wait, you're still there. Okay, and its second ghost ability would be Curse. So what this does is you inflict the nearest mob around you with the excruciating curse that lasts 10 seconds and deals 1% of that mob's max HP and slows them down. So like, and this could be used on like any mob, even bosses. And its cooldown would be 5 seconds. So you take off 10% of that mob's HP and help your team like tremendously. Maybe you can somehow get a second one off if you somehow don't kill it within the like 8 minutes that your cooldown is. Then you can use it again and deal another 10% over 10 seconds. Okay, and that's pretty much all I have for part 1 of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next part will be on the desert dungeon, or the tombs, as I should formally call it. But yeah, that one I have a better idea of where its location could be, and just I have a couple more classes to talk about there too. And yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and don't stop gaming, guys. Peace out.